This podcast contains explicit content.
Am I going to work there much longer? No, I'm not going to work there.
Hardly focused.
I'm a driver. I'm a winner. Things are going to change. I can feel it.
We're Hardly Focused. Thank you for checking us out today. You can get us at hardlyfocused.com. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/hardlyfocusedpodcast. We're still on Twitter. Unlike some people, we haven't been permanently banned. You can find us on Twitter at FocusHardly. Quickly, before we jump into our segment, How Fucking Dumb Are You? Nate brought up a good point about the president and the 25th Amendment, which, for the record, CNN posted some clickbait bullshit today where they said that Pence hasn't ruled out the 25th Amendment, but the article then goes on to say how he's basically been ignoring. He hasn't said we're not going to do it, but then he hasn't talked to anyone about it.
Basically, he's like new phone who dis.
Pretty much. He had the opportunity to talk to Pelosi and Schumer about it, and it basically just held them out to dry. So, quickly, my opinion, I don't think there's really any point in invoking the 25th. It's going to take too long.
What are you talking about? It's not going to take too long. He's only got like 3 cabinet members left that haven't fucking resigned.
True.
But doesn't the process itself, though, doesn't it take several days?
Fucking cool, because no one fucking tried it before.
Well, I mean, we've done it. We've done it before, but it's usually because there was a death or because the president resigned.
Yeah.
The most recent times I can think of where it was actually invoked was Bush going under for getting his poop chute checked, and Dick Cheney was acting president for like a total of 2 hours. And I love that there's just this letter that he wrote to his grandchildren that is just full of nonsense. It just is just the ramblings of an old man. And Cheney literally did this just so he could sign it. Your grandpa, Dick Cheney, acting president of the United States. Yeah.
Acting president.
Yeah.
I would do that too if I had the opportunity and be like, hey, I did it.
I think you have to put like acting in parentheses, either before or after. You just want to highlight. You just like, hey, for 1 hour and 57 minutes, I was president. Honestly, I really think that we're just going to have to let it
play out.
Just let it ride for the next week and a half at this point. 10 days.
I don't understand why we don't, why people don't want to let it ride, though.
Yeah, I completely agree with that too. I don't think that it's necessarily going to happen. I just think that if it does happen, then it proves that everything was set up. Like it was all just to fucking set this whole thing up. Because I don't remember what episode it was, but Mike actually was the one that said something very interesting when he was like saying Trump will never step down because that means like all of his supporters would hate that, and he doesn't want to look weak to them, so he'll never step down so that he could get pardoned. And I'm like, well, what a perfect opportunity for him to get pardoned without stepping down.
Yeah, but that's all. So
that's the only reason why I think that.
It's entirely dependent, because the previous theory was, now Trump would never quit. That's quitters
and losers. Just like people that get caught by the enemy, even though I never went to war because I have bone spurs.
That's largely why he refused to concede the election, and he's been fighting so hard to find this non-existent fraud, and has been calling people and asking them to find the fraud, and 11,780 votes is he's never quit at anything. He's never, in his eyes, and this is going back to what we said in the last segment about his image, and really just because he's a narcissist, but he will never quit. Well, if you wanted to really die on this hill, then the previous theory was he would resign. He'd be the second president in history to ever resign office, with the anticipation that his buddy Mike Pence would then pardon him as the president of the United States for the remainder of Trump's term. After what happened on January 6th with the failed coup attempt, now Pence does not think too highly of President Trump. I believe they have not spoken. They are no longer on speaking terms. And if Trump did this to try to get a pardon out of it, because I guess now, can he technically self-pardon, or is...
I believe the thing is it's never inherently stated, yes, you can self-pardon, or no, you can't. But I believe if he's going to self-pardon, there's going to be specific legal recourses that the Supreme Court is going to have to look at. And I know that every single time that Trump's gone up and tried to use the Supreme Court that he fucking put in place, they've come back at him and go like, yeah, your literal request is so fucking stupid and written in crayon that we legally can't say yes, even though we want to. So I think what's going to happen is this: he's going to try to self-pardon, and it's going to go to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court's going to say, yeah, well, you literally didn't even sign the bottom, so therefore it's not a legally binding document. Bye. Like, it's something stupid like that that's going to happen. And then, yeah, it's going to be turned around that, and then the actual government's going to be like, all right, let's actually codify the laws to what you can pardon and not pardon as a president. Because not for nothing, he pardoned fucking war criminals that The Hague is like, dude, that's a fucking war crime you just pardoned right there, you dipshit. We're going to have to go after him in international court now.
Yeah, how many
contractors that killed like 25 kids over in Iraq?
How many things now need to be rewritten because of Trump?
Fucking everything. I mean, this literally opens up the entirety of your fucking body cavity of like, hey, here's what's fucking wrong.
Hey, the son of a bitch did it. If they fix it,
that's very true. That's very true. And I did say he is the high fever that America needs in order for us to see if we can get through this. It shows what's fucking wrong.
Exactly.
What we need to fix.
That's his greatest
problem. There's still 70 million people that are like, there's no high fever. It's this cool breeze right now. I'm fine. We're good. We're cool. We're cool.
Quick question. What happened to that wall that was supposed to be built on the Mexican border?
Mexico?
Yeah. Wasn't that like a thing? Is that still a thing?
Did you guys see that?
Go visit it recently?
I feel like we're just not talking about the wall anymore.
I thought it was funny. Somebody posted that like, oh, these guys are proving that the wall wouldn't have worked as they're climbing up the Capitol.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike.
So by January 5th, 2021, a goal of 450 miles is there. By September 2020, 321 miles of barrier had been constructed. However, here's the fun part: all but 47 miles of the construction have been replacing old or broken barriers. So there's only been 47 new miles of fencing put in on a 1,500 mile border.
Obscure reference to
one clap.
Obscure reference to The Simpsons when Springfield Elementary hires Fat Tony to build a bunch of handicap accessible ramps, and they all collapse within minutes of being built because they were built out of like crackers or something. That's the wall.
Yep.
That is the wall.
Some of the wall that they actually had built had gotten blown over in a windstorm.
Fucking crazy, dude.
So Pence, like I said, Pence and Trump just are not on speaking terms right now, and I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think it's going to happen, but Trump resigns office within the next 10 days, gives it to Pence, anticipating that Pence is going to pardon him. Pence doesn't pardon him. No, that's like great. That's a perfect world situation. I don't think that's
fucking awesome.
I don't think that's going to happen because Trump
Pence is fucking pissed enough at him that he might actually do that.
Well,
Trump, I'll pardon you. Oh, okay, now bye. Where's my pardon? Fuck you.
Nope. You get a rock.
Fucking pound sand.
You say you get a rock?
Yeah.
I love that Liberty Mutual commercial where the kid like opens up the giant box on Christmas Day.
It's so funny.
Like,
I love that commercial.
He goes through the whole thing in the air. He's like, yeah, I got a bike.
Yeah, it's like, what did you get? I got a bike. And kicks it and walks away.
yeah, Trump had a lot of confidence in Pence standing up and doing the "Oh Captain, my Captain" during the certification process on the 6th. Even though Pence was like, "I'm not doing that, both legally and morally. You're full of shit, dude. I am not doing that," and he didn't. See, that's why, like, yeah, Pence is a donkey, but I have a modicum of respect for Pence because the man is actually a politician. He speaks like a politician. Again, he's a donkey, but he acts like a politician.
Yeah, like if somebody dies, he wouldn't be like, that fucking dude.
Isn't he an elephant? Sorry.
What was that?
I was like, isn't it technically he an elephant?
That is correct. He's technically an elephant. Yeah, at least, yeah. Of course, the problem is that's what we're saying. At least Trump would be presidential when it comes to gravitas.
Yeah.
Low fucking bars to clear.
Like, I just remember the only VP debate that we had, and watching that, I mean, like, really, how far lower could you go from the first one? But the fact that, like, even though Momolo was, effectively momming Pence, at least Pence was being, like, respectful.
Yeah, I agree.
To a degree. Like, the man's a politician, and he's doing what politicians should do, and I will argue that he did the right thing, is dumb as it is that we all had to come to this point, that he did the right thing in not giving in to Trump and Trump's dumb requests.
Yeah, and clearly flies like him, so you got to give him something.
Yeah, so... honestly, I really think we're just going to have to ride this out. I really do hope that on Monday, as they've been saying is going to happen, that the articles of impeachment are drawn up yet again, because I really want to just see that in history books. Donald Trump in one term impeached twice.
I mean, Ilhan Omar put it like literally on Wednesday. She goes, "I'm already writing the article up."
Yeah, I saw that McConnell said that they're in a recess right now. He gave some BS excuse as to why they're not not going to go through with it, but still, it's going to happen.
Question.
Yeah.
What exactly would happen if he were to get pardoned versus, like, do you really think, like, they're going to do anything when he, like, gets out of office? Do you really think that they're going to press charges? Do you
I
really
honestly think that the Southern District of New York is going to be meeting him on 12:01 p.m. at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and I fucking hope so.
I hope so, but, like, what does it solve? Like, I'm asking because I really don't know. Like, if he were to get arrested or thrown in jail for what he's done, what does that mean? Because he's fucking rich. He's a politician. He's an important figure. Like, his jail is not what our jail is. So, like, what really happens?
Look, even if he goes to fucking Club Fed, the point is there's consequences to your fucking actions. No one's above the law. What I think. That's the important thing to say. Otherwise, like, well, really, he literally could have shot somebody in Fifth Avenue and not lost a goddamn voter.
That's a good point. I'm glad you said that. I retract my statement and
well, it's another
all my time to you or whatever this fucking saying is. I don't know.
It's another thing for the history books. How many presidents were indicted on federal charges upon leaving office? There have been a lot of presidents who were in trouble for various reasons, not even if not for the law, or not with the law rather. Was it which president was it that when they left office more or less went into poverty and like something had to be established?
I think that might have been Truman. I think
he was living off his like government pension and it was like adjusting for inflation, like $1,000 a year or something. It was pretty sad. So I
literally said president that left poor, and it shows up as Harry S. Truman. So I'm like, I believe I'm right.
Okay,
you win.
Okay. Let's segue. We're gonna stay on the topic here, but a little bit lighthearted, hopefully. Well, not lighthearted, but it's gonna.
Yeah,
a bit more sardonic, perhaps, maybe, as opposed to officially political.
Right. This is a segment called "How Fucking Dumb Are You?"
Hardly Focused presents.
Do you finger your own asshole just to smell your own shit? Like, I don't get it. How fucking dumb are you?
I love that Michael's lip syncing.
Oh, that never ever gets old.
I agree. It never will.
Slam dunk the fuck out of that one.
This is a special edition of How Fucking Dumb Are You? It's called the Headline Blitz Edition. There are 5 articles that I found since the 6th of January, all pertaining to what happened during the failed coup attempt on the U.S. Capitol. And we're just going to go through these. I don't have the meat of the articles here because we don't have enough time to. If we did that, then we wouldn't get past the first one. Here we go. The first one from ndtv.com. Quote, "Nothing will stop us," tweeted woman before she was shot dead at Capitol.
Wow.
I get it.
So she tweeted that, huh? So Twitter does have the receipts.
Now, there's a loss of life.
Yes, and that's serious, and that's tragic.
Yeah, and I'm not making fun of that. However, and I'm sure I'm going to ruffle a few feathers saying this. If you were stupid enough to storm the Capitol, if you were stupid enough to break a window and try to breach the Speaker's Hall, if you were stupid enough to even be there and get in the face of authority, then you deserve everything that happened to you, from the least extreme to the most.
I'm gonna quote something that was said by the conservatives about 6 months ago when people were protesting legitimate systemic racism. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So you guys are literally protesting false information, and you won. A bullet to your neck. Moving on.
There's a guy who went right up to the camera. I think it was the guy who was sitting at Pelosi's desk and gave his full name to the camera, and then the next day was arrested, and he's
My name is James W. Smith. I live at 223 West Hollywood Avenue in Akron, Georgia. See you there, bitches. Hey, hi, how's it going? We're here.
Yeah, I'm sure he and these idiot, moronic, rabid individuals.
Oh, like Man Bear Pig? He got arrested too.
Yeah, well, they all think he's a hero. They all think he's the baddest of the badasses. No.
We're skipping over the fact that half of the people think that this was Black Lives Matter disguised as Trump.
Oh, this is Antifa and BLM that infiltrated us, and that they're using this to kind of put us in a bad light. And then the FBI came out and was like, yeah, we checked. There's no fucking Antifa and there's no BLM that was here in mass. All right, guys.
Yeah.
And of course they're like, well, the FBI is in on it too. Like, not for nothing. The FBI is a bunch of career conservative, mostly traditional Republicans in that fucking line of work. So shut the fuck up.
I just can't. I love to think of the dialogue that happened was something like, "Hey, do you want to? I have a great plan. Okay, I'm listening. We're gonna go storm the Capitol building. Okay, you got me. We're going to fuck shit up. Okay, you got me. And we're going to pin it all on Black Lives Matter protesters. Okay. Are we going to wear masks? No. Okay. But won't they take pictures of us, and won't they have us on photos? Good point. We should take pictures ourselves. All right, let's go. Let's do it. I'm game. You're game. Game. All right, let's go, bro. All right, let's go.
No one ever accused them of being the smartest people in the room.
All right. Serious question. People, I saw people posting online talking about the coup attempt and saying, if this was like last summer during all the protests around the country, if it was all African American individuals,
they would have gotten lit the fuck up.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think it's goddamn accurate. It's fucking sad.
Because I saw a lot of people.
Bad.
A lot of people were saying oh, this is white privilege.
Oh,
it's 100%. So white privilege. Fucking hell, man! It's so clear.
If I can carry a goddamn gun into the Capitol building and not die, but I know any single black person does that and acts the same way I would, they would be fucking dead in a heartbeat.
Yep.
And the causes aren't even near like you have one over here that's like, hey, we're protesting that we're being shot and murdered by cops. And then we have, oh, the guy that I like didn't win. And it's like, oh, and then of course the cops were basically like, hey guys, come on in.
Yeah.
There's coffee on the table. There's donuts too. Help yourself to the fridge. My house is your house.
So, a few things. First and foremost, I feel like I have to say this just as a disclaimer because I just added this to the footer of our website, hardlyfocused.com. All the views and all the opinions expressed by the hosts of this podcast are their own.
No,
Like, we gotta worry about fucking sponsors.
Oh yeah, true.
Second, as an American, yeah, you are well within your right to protest, but there's a difference between a civil protest and breaching security of the U.S. Capitol, all because your quote unquote leader and his mentally handicapped lawyer both called for trial by combat.
Jesus Christ, that was wild.
I mean, not for nothing, trial by combat, Biden would win
Yeah.
because he doesn't have bone spurs.
And also, dude, I watched the video where Ashley Babbitt was shot, and the Capitol Police. I mean, a lot of them just they're just standing there, like they're not engaging. No one's engaging in like any physical altercations until she breaks the window and she tries to climb through, at which point and then you see the what was it, the Riot Patrol, was it SWAT?
Yeah, so if you look, they're coming up a staircase, and then they're on the right side, and the left side is just like, you know, the hallway, and you've got these big doors that are there, and they've got the side windows on each side of the big doors, so it's basically a 4-door wide corridor. And she's breaking over the right side glass, but she's physically head and shoulders above everybody else when she's doing it. It's not like they're all on the level. And you can see there's chairs and there's fucking all this other shit on the other side blocking those doors from opening. And these people are fucking tearing ass trying to get through here. And you can see the entire framework of the doors shaking as they're trying to push it. And then all you see that fucking gun come out from the side door on the other side. That's still protected, and he's just like, you can see the gun is like, don't fucking do it, don't fucking do it, don't fucking do it, boom, one shot.
Like, what do you think would
unload
happen?
A clip, did unload the whole magazine like a scared, you know, small town Ohio cop again into a black person, but
a black child,
yeah, you know, an autistic 15-year-old kid that had a ski mask on.
I was threatened.
Yeah,
seriously,
fuck you.
What do you think would happen? Like, go up and it's like a twerp like
it's all
me.
part of Q's plan, man. It's all part of Q's plan.
It's a twerp like me going up to the schoolyard bully, and like smacking him upside the head, and then I immediately get decked. What did I think would happen?
I don't know. I think about that a lot. I'm like, how do you have that mindset to be like, you know what? I could die.
Do things with impunity,
but like,
yeah. And that video begins. I am happy that someone filmed this whole thing. I don't like that it was someone filming human death, and that we had to see this. But we
needed a video so that way they couldn't give some sort of bullshit excuse like, oh, she was just sitting there not doing anything, and somebody came over to her face and shot her in the face.
Yeah, like right up against the door and filming everything. You see the gun in full view. It literally begins with someone punching a window and shattering it. You see everything. It's a very graphic, and it's tough to watch, but this is what we need to see.
Agreed.
Anyway, we've got 4 more of these, and we're already over time. Revolt.tv. Man died at U.S. Capitol after accidentally tasering himself and having heart attack.
I saw this. Now, is this actually legit, or is it just people like he tasered himself and we think it was his balls?
No, I've seen multiple sources reporting on this is one of the deaths. It was someone tasering themselves. Again, this segment
in the nuts.
I don't know if it was
or
in
not
the
of nuts. Okay,
I don't know.
Because I saw one report saying he got tasered in the nuts because basically the taser was in his pocket, and he tasered his balls, and gave himself a heart attack.
I mean, either way, he had a heart attack. Like, that's there's a great subreddit called "Leopards Ate My Face." I mean, that's what this is. Again, this segment is called "How Fucking Dumb Are You?" In case you forgot. Number 3, Forbes.com. Man in Capitol mob fired after wearing his company ID badge to riot.
Oh boy.
Oh, it just shows like the stereotype of Trump voters. Yeah, you dumb fucks wearing your goddamn ID badge, storming the Capitol.
Really hope
it's going to work in order to open up some security doors.
Really, really hope there's a wrongful termination suit in there somewhere. Oh, I really hope there is. And I hope that there's numerous images, several videos out there. I mean, the age we live in, I guess a positive for having social media around is how many different angles of this.
His shot. There's at least 3 different angles.
Yeah.
And zoom enhance. Zoom enhance. Zoom enhance. Oh, yeah. I could read his fucking name off of the goddamn picture.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking tool bag.
Thank God for, I mean, I guess we can do 4K now, everything. So,
oh, yeah. It was fucking crystal clear.
You know, they have enhanced now, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I hate to bring this up. I hate to be that guy.
Buzz Killington. I know. It's just the fact that like all the goddamn cop shows are like everything can zoom enhance.
Oh, it's not nearly as
I've got grainy CCTV video. Let me zoom enhance 15 times and you get that one pixel that magically turns into his fucking business card logo.
Oh yeah, it definitely doesn't work like that.
High res shit. You get high res shit. Yeah, you can enhance it. Exactly.
I only say that because I think I was like, holy shit, they actually have that now. But it doesn't work like at all like you think it does. No. And you actually have to have good resolution to begin with.
Yeah. Right.
It doesn't just magically
enhance the pixelated shit from your, Skinemax, from back from 1989. I think it's a boob.
All right. This one, there's some context to this. I'm gonna have to explain it. You're not gonna get it when I first say it. From news18.com. Confused Americans think the rioter's name who stole podium from U.S. Capitol is Via Getty. Getty.
Yeah, I know this story by heart at this point, even before you posted it.
Yeah, it's because someone I forgot who it was on Twitter. Someone verified posted a picture of that dude, and by his name, by the way, his name is Adam Johnson. But he posted something that was copyrighted or whatever under Getty Images.
It was an image that wasn't his. So being a proper photographer, person, he's like, okay, I need to officially recognize who did this, where I got the image from. And so it said via Getty Images is what he's referencing. Via Getty, a protester stealing the speaker's podium.
Right.
And then everyone's like, who is this Via Getty? I love Via Getty. Via Getty forever.
Find Via Getty. Yeah. Arrest Via Getty.
He brought the justice.
It's the way in which the guy who tweeted this, the way he wrote it.
Yeah, it's syntax, And
it's sad that he had to clarify that, because he clarified it, but not before it
went viral.
Not before there were hundreds of calls for Via Getty to be brought to justice.
Or Via Getty deserves a lifetime imprisonment.
Or Via Getty, national hero.
Via Getty's a patriot.
Okay, last one. From ctpost.com. Woman arrested at Capitol, quote, didn't know she was on Capitol grounds, according to her attorney.
Where did she think she was?
Olive Garden.
A set? Olive Garden.
She thought she was in Spokane?
I'm on the same set that they used to film the moon landing.
Jesus Christ.
That's truly how fucking dumb are you? Like, that's like getting into a car accident and saying, I didn't see him coming. I didn't know he was there.
That's not an excuse.
Came out of nowhere. What? Like, fucking think for 5 seconds before you speak. Where'd you think you were?
The creative.
Yeah.
And I do have a sixth one for this part here.
Okay,
too.
yeah, let's hear it.
Or 7.
Wait, which one do you
If
get?
it's not the same one.
Is
If
it about
it begins
somebody
with
wearing a
woman,
Let's hear it.
trampled?
trampled.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a 6.
All right.
All right. We have a 6. A woman, one of the 5 people that died at the Capitol that day, died being trampled to death while she was wearing as a cape a "Don't Tread on Me" Gadsden flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't tread on me. Oh, what are all these boot prints? Oh shit.
Here, I'll send it. And
I don't mean to laugh at the death of someone.
I fucking mean to laugh. That is fucking hilarious. You're fucking dumb.
Yeah,
it's a little ironic.
it is ironic. A little ironic. It's very much ironic.
It's like 10,000 spoons. All you need is a vote.
So I will agree.
Oh dear.
Yes, death is tragic.
Yes.
It's unfortunate that anybody should die because, like, I mean, this is what we got, so, or maybe we don't. Who knows?
The death
But-
of one is a tragedy.
But like, really, you gotta feel like they had to have known there was a risk.
You had it coming.
I feel like
It's
it.
like smoking. Like there's an inherent risk by smoking that you're going to die from lung cancer. There's an inherent risk when you're at a Trump rally that you're going to die from idiocy.
Or even just any place that has like a bunch of angry people. Like there's something in my mind that says angry people like doing a lot of crazy shit. Maybe I could die there.
Yeah. If you don't die, then you get arrested and brought up on federal charges. Become a convicted felon for life. Like, again, leopards ate my face.
I mean, maybe it's just my anxiety, but I just feel like there's very dangerous potential there when there's a lot of people during a pandemic.
No, that's not just your anxiety. That's actually reality talking to you this time. Yeah.
Sweet.
This is why
This time.
This is why I said at the beginning of this episode why I was just disgusted, because the fact that like we're I forget who said it. Some politician, someone said that like effectively we became the third world countries that we see about in the news every year that go through things like this, but because they are banana republics, because they are corrupt and they're trying to have like a political system. They're trying to do things the way they think it should be done, and it ends up just being a nightmare, and there's bloodshed and there's coups, and America became that exact thing this past week. The fact that there are people out there who were this dumb, not to mention 70 million people who fucking voted Republican, but the fact that there are just people who were this dumb and thought that they were speaking for something and they thought they were doing the right thing. Like, you deserve it. It's like I said.
The problem is deprogramming them is going to take a while because there's 70 million people in a goddamn cult. And this is bigger than fucking Scientology or David Koresh or any of those fucking like goddamn, Hale Bob Comet suiciders. Like it's insane the amount of deprogramming that's going to have to go in to fixing their fucking psychosis.
And
unfortunately,
I really hope that 4 years from now that like we don't flip back to red. I really hope we don't. Like, I don't.
Honestly, I'm worried that Biden's going to be a one-termer, and it's going to be a question of are they going to pass it to Kamala, or they're going to have an open primary again, and it's going to be an open primary versus an open Republican, and all the Trumpers will be like, we're going to take it back. Like, dude, you don't understand. We need at least 12 years of Democratic control and possibly, hopefully, a bunch of progressive Democrat control to fix the goddamn mistakes you made in 4 fucking years.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't know how long if Biden can make it through a full term. I mean, I'm really happy
I don't know if Trump could make it to 2024, but he's got a goddamn campaign like it.
Yeah, I'm happy that Biden got elected, but the man's going to be 83 come re-election time. So, who knows? Nate, I cut you off. I want to wrap this up, but I cut you off. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, unfortunately, it's going to take a lot. Maybe it could be impossible because these people believe that he's this person. They believe he's like chosen by God. They choose to like ignore all the facts. But the problem is when you choose to believe something, it is incredibly hard to change that person's mind, because it's not just like an opinion. It's like it's rooted.
Religion.
Religion is a great example. It's just when you believe, there's no facts that are needed. It's like, what are your facts? Well, I just have faith. It's like, okay, well, you don't have any proof. I don't need proof. I just have, it's just what I believe.
Yeah. At least with,
like, you can't change that.
At least with religion, people think that if they do anything wrong, then they're going to go to hell. So
the problem is the only person that's allowed to have faith is George Michael. Okay. Everyone else, you got to have cold hard facts.
It's true. What about Limp Bizkit?
Okay, I'll let Fred Durst have some faith.
I mean, Limp Bizkit also had a song called "Break Stuff," which I'm sure a lot of people had playing in the background on Wednesday. So, all right.
I do want to say that fucking whatever you do or don't believe, Trump getting his fucking media stuff, platforms all taken away from him is not at all about the First Amendment. Okay, First Amendment. The First Amendment,
the government from censoring you. And
the government.
Yeah.
This is the same thing that it's the crazy hypocrisy is that this has happened before, but not with what's going on now. It's been baker shops saying, well, is my business's right to say no to gay marriage cakes? It's like, okay, you say that's fine. You say it's fine that business has the right to deny business to people who don't fall into the same structure that they believe. Okay, there's that example. So why is Twitter so hard to believe? I don't know.
Not to mention Twitter's a private company, right? Like Twitter can do whatever the fuck they want.
But he uses Twitter as his platform. He's got a goddamn press room that has not been used in fucking forever. He can use that and speak to everybody that way. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. And not to mention you can't scream fire in crowded.
Exactly.
You can't
scream fire in a crowded theater and not have any repercussions.
At least with Twitter.
First Amendment right is not, I can say anything I want and no one can stop me.
With Twitter, at least he can, like, all the thoughts trying to go through that tiny little hole in his brain to try to then be conveyed. At least with Twitter, he can write it out and look at it and determine if it makes sense. Whereas if he was speaking, actually using his press room or going on national TV and speaking, it would literally come out like this. We would have a presidential address at night taking over all the networks, and it would just be an hour of this. And
that's more cogent than his statements.
If he had, because we've seen him read off a teleprompter before. He can do it. But then he always
completely doesn't sound like him when he does it.
Right. Even when he fucking that disingenuous fucking bullshit that he spouted on Twitter when he was forced to tell to give an address.
He was forced to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And
his handlers put it on there for him.
Like, hey, you need to tell people to stop. So he does, but then goes on to talk about how the election was stolen from him, and then how he loves all the people that are doing this, and that they're all patriots. Like, no, fuck you. God, that's what pisses me off so much.
Oh my God, that drove me fucking crazy. Like, even when he was addressing it, he was like, God. All right, please stop. Even though, technically, like, I did win, and this is what happens when, like, I don't win, you kind of have this coming. But seriously though, stop doing it, stop burning. Yeah. But like, honestly, like, yeah, I still won, and they're still trying to take away all your freedom, and they're ruining the whole entire world, and you're going to die. But stop.
Yeah. I've told people to their faces to go fuck off when they have pulled that shit with me, when it came down to, like, well, I'm sorry this happened, but no fucking but.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Just apologize and move on.
Dude, I had a friend on my feed that was like, while people were like grieving, because it was a very upsetting day. I'm right there with you, Jack. It was you look at the news and you're like, this doesn't feel like who we are. I know we are that, and it's just shining a mirror, but it's like, it just broke my heart. And my friend posted, oh my God, I am loving all the salt on Facebook right now. Love it, love it, love it. And he's a Trump supporter. And I just wrote, I'm disappointed in you. Yeah. And his mom disliked it.
Oh,
they're all taking the Kool-Aid in that family.
Oh no, the mom.
Fuck them.
I feel my blood beginning to boil. we should probably end this.
Moving on.
Before I say something that I'm really gonna regret. I really want to talk about dicks.
Jesus, it's a penis.
We got this.
I really want to talk about dicks. When we come back, there's a show in Denmark that's all about dicks, but it's a children's show.
Go on. In the next segment.
All right, we will return.
This is Hardly Focused.
We have a whole segment dedicated to that. Don't you worry.
Follow your favorite podcast from Boston on Instagram.
What podcast is that?
I don't know. Find Hardly Focused on Instagram at instagram.com/hardlyfocused, or just search for Hardly Focused on the Gram app.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?